Reaction is the chairman of the RNC, Reince Priebus. How are you, sir?
Hey,
Good
Sean,
to see you.
Doing great. Nice to see you, too.
Let me play for you the American Crossroads ads. Not only the left, this is now really getting a lot of traction. Over $2 billion raised for the foundation, millions coming from foreign governments. Watch this ad.
Okay. Powerful interests have tried to capture Washington and rig the system in their favor. The power of well-funded special interests tilts our democracy away from the people and toward the powerful. Action is required to defend our great democracy against those who would see it perverted into one more rigged game where the rich and the powerful always win.
That's narrated by Elizabeth Warren, interestingly enough.
Pretty powerful.
But we're talking about UAE, Oman, Saudi Arabia, all these countries.
I mean, and many of them housing criminals and people that want to do bad things to Americans and everyone else across the globe. Look, I think what Hillary is setting up is a situation where she's going to have to disclose every single foreign government that's given money to the Clinton Foundation. She's got over 60 companies that lobbied the State Department while she was Secretary of State who have since given money to the Clinton Foundation.
Unbelievable.
I mean, so I would think, you know, all this talk about who's disqualified to run from the left media for every little thing that somebody says, she cannot possibly run for President of the United States without disclosing to the American people which foreign countries have given you money.
You called for that, and it's made a lot of news. Here's what I want to know. If Republicans, if Mitt Romney is involved in a war on women because he has his resumes, has women's resumes, how about the treatment of women in Saudi Arabia? They can't drive.
Oh, sure.
They can't be seen in public without male relatives. Apostatism, if you leave the Muslim faith and you become a Christian and accept Jesus into your heart, the penalty is death.
And they're taking millions of dollars from these people.
Right.
And so how is it going to compromise her ability to be president if she should become president? What does this money do? Well, and speaking about women, I mean, this is a slightly different topic, but Hillary Clinton was also in the news the last couple of days because she's not paying women their fair share in her own office.
Neither is the White House.
She's paying 75 cents on every dollar that she pays a man in the White House, and you can ask Anita Dunn about how the women are treated in the White House. But
pretty harsh.
Look, they have actually serious questions that need to be answered, not the silly questions that our candidates are being asked.
Well, that raises, you know, the question, Barack Obama ran for president, and how many times do you think, you probably know, he was asked about an unrepentant domestic terrorist where he started his political campaign, sat on boards with and gave speeches with?
I actually know the answer to this. One time, and I think it was George Stephanopoulos that asked Barack Obama about heirs.
Right.
Here's, you know, there was a tweet from my great former governor, Tommy Thompson, the other day. His tweet was, our candidates have been asked more about Barack Obama's background so far this year than Barack Obama was asked in 2008.
That's true.
This is what's going on.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we've got mystery talks about Iran sanctions.
Scary.
We've got ISIS without seemingly any sort of strategy going on across the country, and across the world. And we've got Hillary Clinton now taking millions of dollars from foreign governments, and she wants to be president of the United States.
And every reporter wants to ask every potential Republican candidate about what they think of Rudy Giuliani's comments.
Well, it really is. It is silly. I mean, all of this is silly. I mean, I think this idea that we're talking about, what do you think is in the cameraman's heart over here?
Luke, he plays Jesus in the Passion Play in Jacksonville every year. I know what's in this guy's heart. He's a good guy.
The point is, just ask the person. You know, playing these media, these silly, ridiculous questions about what's in someone else's heart that nobody actually knows the truth to is ridiculous.
Last question. You've made an announcement about debates, and you've changed the rules a lot this year. You've decided that you're not going to put candidates repeatedly in front of media people that hate them.
Well, I mean, I think this last weekend is a pretty good example of what happens, especially in the Washington, D.C. beltway. Look, I don't think anyone out there thinks a 23-debate circus is good for our party, especially in front of moderators like Chris Matthews.
Yeah.
I mean, the point is, it's not about an establishment takeover. It's about using our brain, having a reasonable number of debates that give all of us an opportunity to look at our candidates and vet our candidates, but put them in front of people. I'm not saying dictate the moderators, but have a say so that people that actually give a darn about the future of our party actually have a voice in who our nominee is going to be, I think that's reasonable.
Reince Priebus,
Thank you,
Chairman
Sean.
of the RNC. Good to see you. Thank you.